I'm just curious what personal catharsis Allison brought you. Is there anything that you learned about yourself that she gave you that you will now walk through life with? I mean, you guys are very different, obviously. I'm just curious, like, what catharsis you found.
You know, weirdly enough, I didn't realize this, but only until watching it recently this year. I noticed that Allison is constantly trying to, like, be there for other people or to help people up without really understanding what she needs to do for herself. And even though it's huge extremes, like her is she needs to look at how she's at fault, how she can fix herself if she wants to, like completely different. But I'd say I learned that about myself. Yeah, I think it's one of my needs is to keep people energized and to look after people. And I probably don't do that as much for myself as I should.
Morgan Freeman's character, Daniel, has this amazing train set and town that he's built, which is really a beautiful thing. And the idea he can escape there and kind of live the life that he hoped, or things that would have happened in a way. What is that for you in terms of like your escape? I know acting is probably one. I know cooking is a big thing for you as well. But is there something like that in your life that you can escape to that gives you that therapy that he kind of gets through that?
My escape, I think, is my family time and my friend time. I don't get much of it, and so when I do, it's like it's very intense and very full on, and I need it. You know, it's the thing that energizes me. And also just, you know, spending time with my dog. I know that sounds so silly as well, but they just, you know, you find your select group of people, and however small it is, and it gets smaller over the years, and then you just hold on to it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I wanted to mention my grandmother's 97, and recently with Oppenheimer coming out, I wanted to read American Prometheus, and my grandmother was like, hey, I'll read it with you. And she lives in a nursing home in Williamsburg, Virginia. So every week we get on the phone. I read the entire book. She read the entire book. She's really fast. And we got on the phone, and she gave me her history because she was alive during that time. And you're playing Team Tatlock, which I'm so excited to see what you do with that character. But do you have something like that, has like you've had a art or a story or something like that connect you with your family in that way? Because that was like one of my favorite experiences I ever had. And because of Chris Nolan in that movie, I wouldn't have had that. I wouldn't have done that with my grandma.
I think I said this at the beginning of my career, and I really truly mean it. Like, there's an element of every single woman in my family in all of the characters that I play. I pluck from life, and I pluck from reactions, and I figure out, you know, I can't play any of the characters that I've played without finding that charm to them. You know, I've played some pretty dark characters. I've burnt boyfriends, I've killed husbands, I've smothered children. Like, there has to be something in there that people are rooting for. And I think for me, all of them are mixed up of all the pieces of me and pieces of the character, and also pieces of the women in my family that I admire so much. So I don't have that thing like you and your granny, but that's amazing. But the thing that I now have with my gran is she's so excited to come to red carpets.
Yeah, I love when she's on the carpet with you. It's so
she's
cool.
She's gonna be on tonight. So she's in New York with my mum and my dad, and she's got her outfit ready, and I'm gonna take her on the red carpet, and we're gonna have another moment.